Hi everyone, welcome to the Movieception Show. My name is Fariba, and today we're about to watch the first trailer for Fall Guys starring Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt. And I mean, just hearing the cast right there, I mean, it just seems like a really interesting movie. But of course, I think the big part of why I'm just a bit excited to see Fall Guy right now is for the fact that, Ryan Gosling, right? He has basically been on a pretty big high right now. He just started as Ken in Barbie, and he really gave out a really phenomenal performance as Ken, giving off that really balanced feel of his comedy and just, allowing us to love this version of Ken and seeing how over the top and also very, subtle his character is. And I think that there's going to be a lot of buzz from, of course, going to the Oscar, going into the award season. And now, right now with all this hype for Ryan Gosling, that it seems as if this train's going to continue on with Fall Guy. Now, the first images did come out yesterday for the movie. We saw one image particular with him and Emily Blunt, who has also been in the award train as well. So we've had two award worthy actors appearing in this upcoming movie that I believe is more in the action genre. That's based upon the first images that came out, and it's going to be very interesting. I mean, the funniest thing about it is that when you look at the title Fall Guy, there's going to be a lot of confusion if this is related to The Nice Guy, because Ryan Gosling also starred in that, but they are completely separate movies. But even with that being the case, I'm very intrigued to see what this movie's about. We've got the first trailer right now, so I would love to see kind of the essence of what I feel about it. So I think having mentioned everything, let's get right down into the trailer for Fall Guy.
In 3, 2, 1, action.
So good.
Oh, good.
Shot to the heart, and you're too late, darling. You give love a bad name.
Anyone but him. I didn't approve him. You know that. You are literally the last person on earth I want to see. Slap the shit out of you. I really could.
And I'm open to that in a safer environment.
Oh, I'm getting a little bit of that Ken energy.
Come on, ghost. No phone call, no text.
It's not like I didn't want to apologize.
You don't have to explain anything. It was just a flame. So how have you been? God, I hate that thumbs up stunt guy stuff. I'm the director.
We're gonna set this man on fire.
You're a stunt guy. We need to keep it super profesh.
Profesh is my middle name.
You said your middle name was Danger.
How'd we do, boss? Really?
Yeah.
Holster that.
It's holstered. It's done. Forget. You never saw it.
Tom Ryder,
Aaron Taylor
the
Johnson?
biggest action star on the planet, is missing.
Perfect.
You need to bring him back. Or Jodie's movie
Wow.
is dead.
Why me?
You're
I
a
didn't even know
stunt
about
man.
that.
Nobody's gonna notice you. That's your job. No offense.
Oh, it's her from
Some
Ted
taking-
Lasso.
You find Ryder, save Jodie's film. You get the love of your life back.
I'm not the hero. I'm just the double. Not today, you're not. Tom, we only need you back on set, pal.
It works so perfectly.
Dead body on ice.
He was so dead, Gail. He was super
my.
dead.
They're revealing a lot of
He's got himself involved with some shady people.
I had no choice. I had to do some Jason Bourne shit. They were trying to kill me. And not in a fun way. You can make it, you can make it. You get me. It's too dangerous. Down me stairs.
What happened to your face? You look terrible.
You look amazing.
definitely a lot of Ken energy.
Right back up. How far would you go for the one that you love?
I'll buy you a drink when this is over. Engage your core.
Yeah, boy. Stop.
Okay, cool.
Let's do it later. Want to go to a beach somewhere?
Drink a spicy margarita.
Make some bad decisions.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Shot to the heart, and you're to blame.
So that was the first trailer for The Fall Guy, and it seems really promising. I mean, I did not anticipate it to be like very campy action. Like, I thought it was just gonna be like action, and I thought there was gonna be a little bit of comedy. So that was something what I was expecting, but I did not know that there was gonna be this romantic element to it. So, and this is like the first time I'm even learning more about this movie. So lots to really unpack here. The first thing I will say that I think really popped into my head is that the trailer revealed a bit too much. I think it did go a bit too deep into spoiler territory, and I think that that's probably the only thing I would say, like, it's a bit of a grudge. Like, I wish they didn't reveal too much, because then it's like it takes away the fun element of learning about the plot and developments of it. So that was just the one thing that really stuck out for me when I was watching this trailer, that it was revealing so much information, like the part about, you know, the romance between him and Emily Blunt, the fact that there seems to be a, you know, tumultuous relationship between them. They must have at least dated at some point, from what it seems as, you know, that we're kind of getting the implication of. And the fact that suddenly he's now back into becoming this stunt double, like all of a sudden, like he's back in his life, we get that. And then another aspect, you know, is to kind of, you know, alleviate that tension. He is now having to find the main star to finish up the movie from the looks of it, only to see that the guy is dead. I believe the actor is played by Aaron Taylor Johnson. So it's like, okay, well, that's a lot of information that we have to unpack from here. We kind of already know the gist of what the story is going to be about. I think as of this point, we kind of know how this movie is going to end. So, I mean, I hope that a lot of what we already know about the story is at least kind of resolved, or at least, you know, alleviated with the fact that, you know, the movie itself, like, visually looks really fun. Just again, from the fact that we're seeing a lot of great action. Like, I mean, this is not the first time we're seeing Ryan Gosling as an action star. We've seen him do that before with The Gray Man when he appeared in that Netflix movie last year. But this is definitely a bit different, like, because The Gray Man was at least a bit more of that subtle, you know, grounded approach. This one's far more like fun, campy, action, comedy, romantic sort of film that we're seeing here. Like, as I've been saying, I feel like the more I was watching this trailer, the more I was getting this, like, Ken energy that we were getting from him in Barbie, which I wouldn't be surprised, because, like, I mean, I believe this is going to be his next, like, I think this is his next movie after Barbie. I don't think he has anything in between, so it would make a lot more sense why he still has a little bit of that essence of Ken from Barbie into this film. And here's the thing, like, when we look into Ryan Gosling, right? Ryan Gosling is typically an actor who we'd say who is, you know, really kind of deep into the dramatic parts of it. He plays far more broody, darker characters. We've seen that before with a lot of his characters in the past. But I think recently we've been seeing a bit more of this kind of this cool, relaxed version of Ryan Gosling, where he's taking on roles that are not too serious, but there is a little bit of that fun, right? I think the only time that we really got to see a bit of that fun before Barbie was The Nice Guys. And that was where I knew for a fact that, you know, Ryan Gosling will literally, like, play off Ken in the best way possible, just because I knew for a fact that he has that energy, he has that ability to be a bit more relaxed, a bit more over the top, be very comedic, and that timing just worked perfectly for his character like Ken, just because of what I see from The Nice Guys. And I feel like we're getting a little bit of that vibe here as well. Like, he is a bit more relaxed, a bit more cool. He's not as grounded as some of his previous characters that we've seen before. And so I think that because of that, I think that will definitely be one of the more entertaining factors for this movie. I think it's pretty clear that this movie is made for entertainment value. It's not just to win awards or anything like that. I think that's pretty clear enough. The fact that they really are, like, you know, went deep into spoiler territory, into the storytelling, like, I think that says it all, that, okay, they're not going to make this movie, like, purely about, you know, trying to tell a story, but with more so the action and the comedy, and, like, a little bit of that you know, that hint of romance with him and Emily Blunt. Now, speaking of that, we do get to see a little bit of Emily Blunt. I do think that she's kind of a bit more she kind of is a bit stepped aside from this movie, just from the looks of it. I mean, it does seem as though that Gosling's going to be the main actor here. I mean, I hope that we get to see a bit more of Emily Blunt in this movie as well, just because, like, I mean, she's there, we see her, but she does seem that she is being put aside a little bit just for this main arc with Gosling. So that's just one thing I hope that maybe we'll see a little bit of when we get to see the movie in March. But But yeah, I think that the fact that they're putting a little bit of everything into this trailer looks pretty interesting. I love how it's very over the top. I mean, this is very much campy action comedy that we're seeing right here. We do get to see Emily Blunt doing a little bit of moves, so I wonder if that's gonna like kind of, you know, enhance her character a little bit. But it seems as though this is gonna be very purely like Ryan Gosling central, which is not a bad thing. I mean, I'm excited to see that part. I think, again, it's just really promising. They blasted Bon Jovi in the background of this trailer, so that really kind of boosted just the hype for this movie. And I think, again, the trailer looks really promising. The action looks pretty spectacular. The story, like, again, it's campy, not to be taken too seriously, and I think that's probably going to be the way that they're going to try and market off this movie, as something that's going to be very fun, very entertaining, very relaxed, very action-packed. Looks like this is going to be very, very funny film, and we're going to get a little bit of that Ken energy from Gosling into his new role here as a stunt double. And I didn't even know about Aaron Taylor Johnson. I didn't even know that he's going to be in this movie, so that was a bit of a surprise for me as well. I think we saw Winston Duke in this film too, so lots of Marvel people showing up. But yeah, no, I mean, this looks a pretty promising movie. I mean, I'm not going to take this movie too seriously. I'm probably going to go in just purely for the entertainment factor of it all, for the action, the comedy, a little bit of that romance, and see how that plays out. But I think it looks really promising. I think that this is going to be a really fun movie to watch when it comes out in March. But yeah, I think that basically sums up all I have to say about this trailer. I mean, I wish they didn't go too deep into spoilers, but let me know what your thoughts are having seen the trailer for Fall Guy. What do you think about Ryan Gosling now that this is basically his first role post Barbie? Like, are you getting that Ken energy? Do you love that energy? Do you love the fact that we're seeing a bit more of Gosling taking on these roles that are not as sophisticated, dramatic, and broody as before, but something that's a bit more relaxed, a bit more over the top, and really fun? Like, we're seeing a bit more of a fun Gosling than really a broody Gosling. Like, what do you think about that? Like, do you love this approach? Do you agree that this trailer kind of went too deep into the spoiler territory, or do you think that there are some other things that this movie still has to offer? What do you think about some of the other remaining cast? Like, were you just as surprised as me when I saw Aaron Taylor Johnson, or did you already know about this? What are your expectations for this movie when it does come out in March 2024? Let me know if you have any other thoughts about The Fall Guy. Let me know your thoughts below, and make sure to like and subscribe.